Said he's gonna be virtually.
We'll bring this up to your order.
Yeah, we can use that.
It's all plugged in.
How is it short before?
I didn't know there was one more.
That's all right. Let's find out what it's. P&Ps came out and we did a little bit over 220, look like, on P&Ps.
Hey, how you
So
doing?
everybody check your P&Ps, print them out, look at them, send me a list of if you need anybody for bonuses. I gotta send that in ASAP, so let me know on that. Everybody know how to do it? You gotta send a list of who they are, what they're asking for. Is it their level 1? Is it their level 2? Is it a bonus? Is it advanced? We have situations where I only ask for agents level 1 and they need a level 1 and level 3. Or I only asked for a level 3 and they needed both, right? One time we asked, you sent me a thing, one of you guys sent me a thing, say, can we get their world's greatest bonus? Their world's greatest bonus was fine. It was their leadership, right? And then one time we sent a message saying, you know, we're asking for their world's greatest bonus. They said, sure, we'll give you the world's greatest bonus, but they weren't getting an advance. So if it's an advance and bonus, make sure we're asking and know you and be specific. And then also you have to ask, you know, who they are, what level we're asking for, what it specifically is, okay? John Smith, world's greatest bonus, level 1. He is currently at 66%. Next month projected to be 68%. We're working on 3,000 ALP and he has another 2,000 he sent up last month. If all this loads, it'll be 77% next month. You know, if they want to see some sort of progress, I already got an email from Mike Laramie and he said, what are they doing to fix this? If I don't see progress, we're not going to keep forcing this. So just so you guys know, that's like straight from the company, you know, and it's for them to force it ain't no big deal. It's just basically just me paying money. So I don't even know why they're, but he knows that it'll ruin the SGA if an SGA is paying bonuses on bad business. Your bonus is supposed to be when you do a good job, case, like when you do, like you get paid a paycheck, but if you do a good job, you get what? You get a bonus, okay? So here's what I want you guys educating your team on, moving forward. Everybody that you hire, everybody moving forward, okay, is they have to live off their paycheck. They live off their paycheck. Their whole lifestyle is built on the paycheck, and the bonus is a bonus. That's why people are not doing well. That's what Rick Altig does. You want to know what Rick Altig does? This is what he teaches his people to do. He teaches them, and he just told us this recently. He's like, agents are living off their bonus, right? So they'll build a lifestyle to be living, you know, $1,000 a week lifestyle, $4,000 a month lifestyle, right? And in order to write 1,000 ALP, in order to make $1,000, they got to write 2,000 ALP. And what's their paycheck on that? Their paycheck is $780, right? And then the bonus is what? What's the bonus on this? 240, we'll call it.
Yeah, if you get average around the month, 240.
It's roughly 240. So what's that?
First one's 100.
1020 total, right? So if you do this over the course of a month, 780 times 4 equals what? like 3,000. But they need to live off of 4,000, right?
Yep.
So on a weekly basis, how much business would they really need to write? About 2,500. About 2,500. So the agent writes 2,500, then their paycheck is 60% of that, which is 6, 12, 1,500. Their paycheck's 1,500, and 65% of 1,500 is what? 975,
Yeah, yep.
right? So 60% of this is 1,500, and then 65% of that is 975. So now they need to write $2,500 a week, and they're not living off their bonus. They're not using the bonus. They would use the bonus as an extra. Bonus is for you to go on vacation. Bonus is for extra. So that's the first thing. How did we get on that topic?
Advances being forced.
Advances being forced, yes, yeah. So what that's gonna force now, guys, what that's gonna force is more deals being written. So we should be looking at 3 sales a week, 12 sales a month. So you pull up people's reports for last month, and if they had 12 sales, they were average. Under 12, something broken in the process. So for a whole month, for someone to write $8,000, Kobe Bryant was saying, you know, when he does it, like for him, he blew out his Achilles. He blew out his Achilles. They said one of the things you can't really recover from, one of the hardest things to recover from, like Achilles, playing basketball, right? Justin did that in my backyard. Remember that? So, were you there? You were there that day.
Yeah, it was the 3-on-3 tournament.
Yeah, yeah. So he said, for me to get back to playing basketball is like a big thing. So I had to break it down into small things. I broke it down. First of all, it's going to be 2 weeks, you know, of rest. Then there's going to be 3 weeks of recover. Then there's going to be this whole physical therapy session. So the physical therapy is going to be in this section. It's going to be 2 hours doing this each day. Then I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to do water. And then before you know it, I'm going to be able to walk. And then after I'm going to walk for 2 weeks, then I'm going to be able to jog. And after I jog, I'm going to be able to run. And after I'm able to run, then I'm going to be able to practice. And after I'm able to do, or after I'm able to lift weights. And after I'm able to lift weights, then I can practice. And after I can practice, then I can do a practice game. You know what I mean? And he broke it down in this huge long thing. He said, if I looked at it like that, I thought I was never going to play basketball again. He said, I literally thought I was never going to play. But then I start breaking it down into these small things, and I saw how it's just one step, and then another step, and then another step. But if I do all these steps, eventually, guess where I'm going to step onto? The court. Onto the court, into the game, right? So for an agent, right? It's 5. I mean, goodness. All they got to do is have 5 appointments set for Tuesday. What's that?
No, dude.
Okay. All they got to do is have to have 5 appointments set for Tuesday. That's it. Then if they have 5 set for Wednesday, 5 set for Friday, 5 set for Saturday, they set 20 for the week. So go back to your numbers. Look at your agent's numbers. If they don't have 20 appointments set for a week, what's going on here? What are we doing all day?
So well said.
Killing me.
What are we doing all day?
Driving was crazy.
Yeah.
Jamie Winters actually went over a really cool formula that she used to break down everything in that Leadership 101.
Yeah.
We just gotta wait a couple weeks to get the calculator that she has, but she broke it down to basically numbers of calls made, and you can put in your own stats, and it'll tell you how much you're gonna write that week based on phone calls.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same numbers we always use, but it's a calculator that you can put in front of them.
She got a calculator.
Yeah, it was cool.
So-
And she broke it down like if there's issues like, I don't know, based on what they're missing, how to fix it too. So it was pretty cool.
It's all stuff you know.
Yeah.
It's all stuff we already know. It's just, this is it. If they set 20 appointments, they should see what, 9?
At least 10, 9,
9? And sell 3.
if they get average.
Yeah, 3. So I would be looking at this. I'd be looking at it on a weekly basis. Is this happening? And on a monthly basis, you know, for the last month, we had 4 weeks. Then I would expect, you know, 36 to at least 40 presentations in a whole entire month. It's like 1 a day. 3 sales, 12 sales for the month. Minimums. I mean, what are we doing all week? I'd be really diving into this. And I would feel bad for my people because they're misallocating their time. They're misusing their time, which is basically abusing yourself. You abuse your time, you abuse yourself. I always say, you know, playing tricks on people is kind of funny sometimes, you know. Kidding around is cool, but playing mean jokes on yourself is not cool. Like us going through a whole entire week and thinking that we're gonna get the results and we don't have these appointments booked. It's like just playing a joke, like just playing a mean joke. It's like waking up and like, hey, Johnny, go out there and you're gonna rock it today. Meanwhile, the dude got 3 presentations. That's pretty mean as a leader of you to tell him that. If he had 3 presentations, I said, bro, there's a major shit going on. You're not gonna have no success with 3 presentations. You gotta get 10 on your schedule. 10. They need 10 appointments set a day. I'm showing 5 just to get by. 5 to stay alive.
Yeah.
This ain't including Sundays. This ain't including Mondays at 9 p.m. or all afternoon on Monday. This ain't including Thursday all day on Thursday or 9 p.m. on Thursday. You know, they got all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday, all day Tuesday. What are they doing on Tuesday that's so detrimental to them writing business? Are they bogged down with appointments or meetings? Are we keeping them in meetings all night and all day? If you guys have them in meetings, keep them here till midnight tonight. Keep them here till midnight on Thursday night. Monday and Thursday night, you should be with them till midnight doing training, or you should be going out and having like some wings or something with them after call night. That's what we should be doing. So anyways, I can't keep it any more simpler than that. So that's what you dive into. Look at the P&Ps, look at their stat sheets, look at the war reports, look at their dashboards.
Have a one-on-one with them.
Yeah, have a one-on-one with them. Have a one-on-one, pull up their P&P. Here's what you do. You pull up their P&P, it's their one-on-one, okay? Pull up their P&P, pull up their stat sheet for the month. Show them how many set, seen, sold they had for the month. Show them where they're trending for the quarter. For the thing's a 13-week tracker. So you should have 13 weeks worth of data on there. So when you give them their data at the bottom, it'll show them what their closing ratio is. Shows them what all that is. So you just pull that up, show them their 13 weeks, show them what they did the last month, show them how to translate it into the business, you know. On the P&Ps, I still talk about the offense. We'll go into defense after. You know, I don't want to confuse them. So we say, look what you did. You wrote, you did this. You gave 80 presentations. You know what I mean? You made 12 sales. Wrote 8,000 ALP, right? On your report, here's your 8,000. Then what you do is you go over what they need for their promotions, for their goals. So how'd you do against your goal? Your goal last month was what? 12. Okay, you hit 8. What do you think the difference is? How do we end up 65%, 66% of our goal? What can we do to increase it? Let's go back and look at it. Okay, well, if we were able to get more appointments set per week, if you're able to get more sit down set per week, your closing ratio was average, Maybe we can work on your closing ratio a little bit more. Your ALP that was average, 800 ALP per sale. Maybe we could spruce that up a little bit. But one thing we're missing is referrals. I mean, you had 2 referral sit downs all month. You gave 2 referral presentations and closed 1 of them. That's what we're missing right there, right? So out of 12 sales, 1 was a referral. We need to be half referrals, half leads. So you should be 12 and 12. So you missed 11 referral sales last month. We should be 50-50, guys. 50-50. So if you have 10 lead sales, you gotta have 10 referral sales. So these are the things I'd be coaching them up on their P&Ps, looking at their numbers, seeing what they did compared to their goal. If they hit their goal, congratulations. What did you do this month? Okay, what are you gotta keep doing that. We gotta keep doing that. And I remind them, hey, you wrote $8 grand, whatever you did last month, keep doing it, but we gotta increase here, 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 and here. This is our SWOT. They call that the SWOT analysis, right? Strength, weakness, opportunity, threats. So you just analyze their numbers with them, and you say, we're gonna do a quick SWOT analysis. You wanna know why I like to say that? Because people like it. I don't really care. It doesn't mean that much to me, but it's just people like it. So when I said, we're gonna do a SWOT analysis with you, you're like, oh, what's that? And we're gonna go over your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. Here's your strength right now, man, your phone calls. Keep banging on the phone calls, right? Your weakness, referrals, right? Referrals. Opportunity is all over the place. Opportunity right here to have a higher closing ratio, opportunity to have more ALP per sale, right? But a threat, you know, we'll go into like maybe this person's threat would be is if you slow down. A threat could be you not being humble, all right? A threat could be us not collecting referrals and ended up in a situation at the end of the month where we don't have enough leads again. You know, whatever you want to look at the threats to be. So go over with them, point out their strengths, build them up, tell them what they're doing good. Also, man, I hear this all the time on just so many different things that we listen to and do, but some people will feel like they're doing really, really well, and you show them the numbers, and it's going to take them off that high horse real quick, you know, because they're like, dude, I'm rocking it. You show them like, you made 8,000 ALP last month, right? Some people are down in the dumps, like, oh, I had a horrible month. It's their second month, they wrote 4,500. Hey, that's not a bad second month. Not a bad second month. Your closing ratio is fine, right? We just got to get you out there and get you in the batter's box more. You're hitting 1 out of 3. That's Hall of Fame. So they think they had a horrible month because Wright wrote 20 grand and Wright's their GA and it's a brand new agent. He's like, I suck. I only did 4 grand because Christina wrote for 30. Of course, compared to Christina writing 30. But when you take them down to their numbers, they thought they're doing horrible. You pull it up their last 13 weeks, they're trending in the right areas. You do a SWOT analogy, point out their strengths, build them up, right? Tell them what they need to fix. You can rip into them after you build them up a little bit. Tell them you need to get this fucking shit fixed though. I'm not playing around, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is fine and dandy, but we're not just gonna go into next week and I'm not gonna sit around and let you not collect referral, bro. So we're gonna go to your blue in the face tonight on referral collecting. You're gonna watch every referral video that's ever out there. I'm gonna have you write an essay on referral collecting, and I'm having you run a workshop next week on referral collecting. I want you to collect 100 referrals this week, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't care what else you do. That's it. You can fail. You don't need to score no points, okay? You don't need to score no points, okay? I just want you to have 10 steals this game. I just want you to have 10 steals this game. That's it. That's it. Don't worry about nothing else. You guys feel me? Like, this is what you got to coach your peoples up to do. And then at the end you say, but guess what? After we get this shit fixed and you rub that on with the sauce, what you've been doing, boom, now we're off to the races. And then your team's going to catch on to this shit and no one's going to be able to stop you. Because we're turning on the recruiting, you're going to have the referrals down and the retention turning back around. We're going to be rocking it. And guess what we're going to get? We're going to get renewals. And the renewals are going to pay for whatever we want. So you can spin it back around and get them excited again. So this is the stuff that you got to do every single month. Once a month, pull up their P&Ps, pull up their stuff, go over with them. Next thing we go over in this is how that month tied in to their goal of getting promoted. So we're still on offense, right? So career goals, right? I know you wanted to get promoted by the end of June. Well, May, or April, you did 4,000. The month before you did 4,000. So March and April, you're at 4,000, you said 8. Well, May, we're gonna need 16,000. Well, May is a 5-week month, right? Today, week 1's down. What did you do week 1? You did 2,000. All right, so we got 4 weeks left. We got to do 14,000. That's 3,500 a week. Break it down for them, what they need to do, see how bad they want it, and get them after it, get them to go after it. So what else? On P&Ps, anything that you guys see I'm missing on the offensive side of P&Ps?
Convention.
Yes, offense, yes. Show them where they're at on convention,
Well, yeah,
yes.
I just put right next to promotion, when you just said promotion/convention, keep it in front of them.
Promotion/convention, right? Keep that in front of them. So they know they got a number. And then obviously what we do, we break that number down, right? So we have May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 8 more months. We got 8 more months. Remember at this time last year, guys, there was nothing here, right? You know what we can do in 8 months. A lot of stuff. We could do a lot of damage in 8 months, right? So, but on that regard, if they need 80K, divided by 8, they need 10K a month. Whatever their number is, break it down by month, and then break that down by week. So then we would go any other offense. I think that might be the offensive side of things. The defense would be going into, now let's look at your retention, your withdrawals, incompletes, NTOs, cancellations, declines, and all that. So look at that. What do they need to be at on their net to gross? 90%. Whatever their net to gross is for the month,
10%.
whenever their P&Ps come out and 6 months later, and it shows the 4-month retention, the 4-month retention will be 10% less than that. So whatever your retention is your net to gross is for the month, your retention will be 10% less than that. So we want that to be 80 so that the retention will be, or we want that to be 90 so the retention will be 80. Sometimes people get excited because they had a big month compared to the last few months and they had a good net to gross, but you got to be leery of that. If you've been doing 40,000 a month, right, and you have 10,000 fall off this month, but this month you're at 80,000, right? Then your net to gross is 87.5 for the month, right? But relative to the business that you've been writing, you're at 75%. That's not good. So if you haven't been writing a lot of business, then you have a big month and you have a good net to gross, you got to be careful. Some people get excited, like, I had a really good net to gross. Yeah, but just keep in mind that for especially in management, MGAs more likely. So January to June retention gets you to convention. The business that we're writing now has to be high quality. They're going to look at the January to June retention. At the end of the year, on December 31st, the P&P comes out, January 1st, and it's going to take a snapshot of January to June retention. So, as much as we're pushing and driving, we've got to make sure that our agents have quality, okay? So keep that in mind. Also, when you look at your P&P, if you go down to the bottom right-hand corner and it shows their agent retention, their 4-month retention, the 4-month retention number needs to be what? 73% for a company bonus, okay? For us, needs to be 80%. 80%. If anybody is under 80%, you gotta look them in the eye and let them know, this is not good. Like, you gotta be concerned. Like, you better be looking at them like, this poor person, if they're never gonna get a renewal. And then you should feel bad because that's why they're here, and we're promising them, you know, come work here, opportunity unlimited, renewals. And then the poor guys coming in at less than 80%.
So you're saying like the projected 1 and 2 for those 4 months?
Yeah,
Okay.
if any of them are under 80. Always. Statistically, if you're over 80, those people get a lot more renewals, let's just say. I don't know the number, okay? But a lot more renewals than people that are under 80. It's crazy. They just did the statistic. Took them. On average, not like this group and this group, on average, the average individual, a lot more.
If your retention's bad, do they minimize your renewals too?
Yeah, everything gets met. When your retention's bad, you don't have no renewal. That alone minimizes your renewals. That is minimizing your renewals by having bad retention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't do nothing. The company doesn't do it. They don't, oh, he has bad retention, we're gonna, no, I mean, there's really no, you gotta think like, you know, you put 10 policies on and 6 of them are paying out, you know, and they paid you on all 10, and they paid you like in your first 2 months, 80% of your commissions, you know what I mean? So they're not gonna get that back. They paid you 80% commissions on 10 policies, 4 of them fall off, you know? So how long is that really gonna take to even clear all that stuff out and pay it all back? They pay you your first month like 68% or something, and the second month they pay you like another 12%. In the first 2 months, you get paid like 80% of your commissions get paid out to you. That's why if people cancel after 2 or 3 months, not good. Even 4 months, you're safe, but you're still losing out on a lot of commissions. Still losing out on a lot of commissions. So, so anybody under 80 gets put on what's called an action plan. Action plan. And then all we do is, you know the drill, right? So the drill is we're going to pull up their extraction report. I go through it with a highlighter, and anyone with zeros on it, anyone with zeros, pay to with the zeros, we highlight it. If the issue date and pay to date are the same, it's reopened. If it's not, and it's a reinstatement. Then the next thing I do is I give that list to Edgar. Edgar prints them all out on CAS for me so I can see them. Then I find out specifically what's going on with each client before I call them blindly. I don't just, call them up, hurry up. No, let's do a little bit of research here. Drew, you remember meeting with Kathy and Ron Stewart? You remember meeting these guys? Okay, well, came back as the oral, right? Let's go look up the oral real quick. And then we go onto the website. You know, there's a website, you can look up the orals and look up the oral and see if it got received. Oh, it never got received. Okay, well, let's go to the FedEx package. Let's look up the FedEx package. Oh, FedEx package arrived. What's the issue, right? We got to find out. And it might turn out it's missing. It's just missing. Don't know where it's at, right? We're going to have to call the client, let her know, hey, I'm going to stop back out. Need to get another oral. No big deal. No big deal with the coronavirus and everything. I think the postal workers went on strike or something. They got upset one day. I don't know what happened, but we're going to get you a new one. This one will be better than before. Then I coach him up and get it fixed. Now Drew's confident, he's educated, and he's able to go get it handled. And also I'm gonna offer my services to him. Hey Drew, if you need me to, I'll call her for you, I'll call her with you, I'll go see her with you. That's how important this shit is. You don't just give your new agent, oh, call them up and just tell them, look, they just need to pay one more month. But what? They're going to turn white and they're going to be scared as shit. And they're going to be mumbling and stumbling all over the place on the phone with the people. You got to coach them up. Let's role play it. Big thing would be role playing it. Hey, Drew, let's role play the phone call, how it's going to go when you call her up. Okay, I'll be Mary and you be Drew. Hello. And you can have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? But that's how these things need to get handled. And I don't think they're getting handled thoroughly. One thing I'd like you to do would be more thorough. Drew, more thorough. I don't want to ever hear people say, I went to my leader and they don't ever answer my questions. I don't even like to go to my leader anymore because he never answers my questions, or he's always too busy, or they give me one-word answers, or they tell me to go look at ARC, or they don't take the time. I feel like they don't care enough to answer my questions thoroughly. You guys ever come to me with questions and I don't answer them like that? If your agent comes to me with a question, chances are, I'm like, sure, how much time you got? Let's go pull up the whiteboard, okay? I'll show you about what time we should wake up in the morning. And I'll give them a 15-minute dissertation. He's like, Tommy, I just wanted to know, was it 6 or 7? Do you guys feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the kid, Kobe Bryant's coaching basketball. The kid's running. He noticed one of the kids didn't touch the line. What do you think happened next?
Yeah, we'll do it again.
What do you think happened next? He said, I have a responsibility to coach these kids, to grow them, to teach them. If they take a shortcut now, and this is what he said. He said, I thought to myself, if this kid thinks that it is okay to take a shortcut now and to cut the corners now, if he thinks it's okay now, he's going to think it's okay later. And then he's going to go through life and always take shortcuts. And could you imagine what's going to happen to this kid if he takes shortcuts and always tries to cut the corners? So he's going to grow up very disappointed. I said, I am not going to allow that to happen. He stopped practice. He went into a 15-minute dissertation about you never missed that line. And it wasn't just you don't miss the line. It was a 15-minute thing. And the guy who was interviewing him said, I bet that kid will never miss the line again. That's what you guys are missing. Trust me, dude. Please don't just fucking put your hat up. Okay, Tommy. I'm telling you, bro. Like, I only got a limited amount of time with you guys. When I tell you shit, it's for real. That's what you're missing, coach. You're missing that oomph, that little bit more care. People say character. The key word in character is care. You got to care so much. It ain't about missing that line. It's about, what are we raising around here? That's what you got to be thinking yourself, Case. And it's not going overboard. Mason asked me to go eat last week. I sent him a 15-minute message about, we don't got time to eat right now, bro. You're behind for the month. We're behind right now. I apologize. I want to eat with you and party with you. And I'll tell you, when the time to eat and party, I'll let you know. But right now is not the time to eat and party. I'll see you in Cancun. We'll eat and drink and party all day long. But right now, you should be in a sit down tonight until midnight. And then tomorrow, you need to be back at it again until every second needs to be until you leave. And when you come back, it's right on it again. I'll read you the message. All he did, he's just innocent. He's just, Mason's all, he's just going through his day. He's happy. He's just thinking, oh, maybe I'll hit up Tommy to see if he wants to grab a bite later. Poor kid asked me to go eat. Poor kid asked me to go grab a bite after food, after phones, after the field on Tuesday, Wednesday night. I don't know, it was Wednesday night maybe. Poor kid asked me to go eat. He got an earful. I'm talking long ass text messages, long ones. Like, you know what I mean?
I talked to him after that too.
You see what I'm saying? I don't care. That's the coaching that he needs right now. You guys can't be soft enough or be afraid enough to do that shit. But it gotta be done out of love and care too. He was over my house doing his laundry. My girl's making him fucking lasagna. Okay? But he knows that I love him. You can't just be all mean and militant all the time. So there gotta be the love, wrapping it all up. But that's the extra stuff you guys gotta do. You gotta be super thorough with people. When you go over everything, when you're going over the retention, when you're going over how to place a mod, you're going over how to place a bulletin, when you're going over phone calls, when you go over the importance of not 8 until 10 phone session on Tuesday and Friday, yak attack. You know, be thorough about it. Go into the numbers, show them this. Like I go into, this is what I had to tell myself. So like, here's my afraid. If you can't go thorough deep into it with them, what the hell are you telling yourself? Because I only tell people what I tell me. I don't tell you guys random shit that just comes to my head. I'm telling you, this is the shit that I've been telling myself every day and it works. So this is what I'm going to tell you because I don't know what else to tell you. I can't tell you what fucking Frank Thomas says to himself every day. All I know is what all I know. All I know is what all I know. Right? So that's what I tell you guys, is what I know. And I know the shit works. So I'm thorough as shit myself when I plan stuff out. That's why I'm able to be super thorough with my team. Right? So 8 until 10 on Tuesday, 8 until 10 on Friday, right? How many appointments do we book per hour? 1? So I'll book 2. I got 4 extra appointments a week times 50 weeks. There's 200 more appointments I said a year. 200 more appointments I said a year, that's 100 extra presentations, there's 30 extra sales, there's 24,000 extra ALP, there's $12,000 I made extra for the year. $12,000 extra I made for the year. Average agent makes what? 60K. I make an extra 12K, I made 120% of what they made. I'm giving you a 20% raise right now by working 2 extra hours on a Tuesday, 2 extra hours on a Friday. Everybody's up and you're not doing nothing from 8 to 10 anyways. So 12,000, now how many hours? That's 4 hours, right? 4 hours times what? 50. So there's 200 hours. Is that right? So then you take 200 hours divided by 12,000. That's wrong. 12,000 divided by 200 hours. That's what you need to do.
60.
Yeah, $60. So they're making $60 an hour. $60 an hour.
From 8 to 10.
Yeah. So wake up from 8 to 10, make a quick $1.20 and a quick $1.20.
Pay for your coffee for a year.
Grab a cup of coffee, you know, oh, you're good.
I'm gonna pay for your coffee first.
So you guys see what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
I wouldn't just say make calls from 8 until 10. I'd go over it with them in high levels of details until they got it, you know, over and over and over using multiple analogies. Okay. All right, here's the schedule. The new schedule is out. Make sure you guys look at it. We got, what's this, May 4th today, right? So tomorrow. So Kunash, Urenco, we got Austin, Christina next week, Reich, Hunsberger, myself, Ashley Mazza at the end of the month.
It's on Friday.
What's that?
Did you say on Friday? This Friday?
Yeah.
Casey got Star Wars Day.
Oh,
Casey got tomorrow.
Star Wars Day.
May the 4th.
May the 4th. May the 4th be with you.
Hey, let's pull this up in the agency meeting again today. When's the last time we pulled this up?
Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah.
So we can resend it next time. Find it.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to find this.
Because I think I have it. I'll just look through everything you sent. I'll find it.
All right.
Do you want all 3 of them, or just the agent and then the?
All 3. Yeah, agent, management, and then renewal. So they took a look at the leads, the PR conversion ratio leads. So you guys, these are the leads that we get from PR. These are not the will kit leads or anything like that.
These are the people that call in.
These are like hard cards.
Hard cards and stuff. Yeah.
Agency name by conversion ratio. So we convert 6.17 of our hard cards. Nick Moore, 13.7. Nick Moore is number one with 13.7. Couple people are at 11%. 9 sevens, bunch of sevens,
7 average.
bunch of sevens. I would say based upon this, oh, actually it says it up here. Let me see, what's the app? Andrew, most improved, Nick Moore, chumps, profitability. Actually, it doesn't say the company average on here. We should talk to some of these people though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Nick Moore was 12th place and now he's first.
So what is that percentage?
Converting the leads. and
Converting leads. Yeah, out of these people right here, if you want to see, you know, like see them?
So that's the percentage. of
We're-
how many
we're
leads we
right
get
here.
per sale per lead.
We're right here. We're right here. This is the conversion ratio. So if I gave you 100 hard cards, you would sell 6 of them.
Okay.
6%. That's what we're closing. We're selling 6% of our hard cards right now. So we definitely have, this would be an opportunity. And the SWOT analysis is the opportunity right here. So we're gonna get with Nick Moore and find out what he's doing. That's it, period. It's pretty simple. Find out what they're doing and just steal it and do it. Let's see here. Here are some of the best practices that your top performing peers are using for conversion ratios. Wash or shuffle your leads regularly, at least 1 or 2 times a month. We do that. Return all the leads that are assigned to your agents to your inventory and reassign packs with the goal of giving different leads to everyone. Do that. We suggest leaving the appointments and referrals assigned. Do that. Assign your leads ASAP within 2 to 4 hours of receiving them. Do not let them sit in your inventory. That's why every week a couple people get new leads because they come in and I don't let them sit. Bring a focus on phone and presentation script inspection. Make sure your team's all using the same language so they're strong on the phones and in the homes. So those are a couple pointers on that. I don't know, whose is this? Did somebody leave this here?
That's ours.
Okay.
I mean, it was scratch paper I was using yesterday.
All right.
So I mean, you do most of all that. We just need to make sure the phones and presentations are done.
We definitely do all that for sure. But yeah, we have to dive into, we gotta make sure the phone presentations, like Josh said, are being done properly. All right, quick hit on the agency huddle. Week 1's down, 4 weeks left. We had our biggest week ever last week. We were 13 in the company, which was huge. We definitely were the highest ranking that we were ever ranked for a week in the company. So we did that to get a bunch of momentum going into May. This got to be our biggest and best month. We have 5 weeks to do it. Four now. AIL and Globe, they talked about some branding. I was just going to touch on the labor advisory board. So did I email that out to you guys yet? I'm gonna email you that. We're gonna pull that up as well. So we'll pull up the labor advisory board. I want to show everybody, talk about how we have 50 of top international new presidents sit on our board. Get people excited about that. Then we're gonna congratulate everybody who got t-shirts last week because the final numbers came out. Congratulations again, everybody who got promoted. Talk about the importance of backing up a big week, backing up getting promoted. All the new people that are working to get promoted this month. Look what happens if you work a couple months, put your head down, I want to go over top income for the week. If I can find a way to get everybody's income last week, that'd be nice. maybe you guys can just send me a list of like what your people made. It'd be a lot easier. It'd make it rough. You know, if Tommy made $1,900, just put 2,000. You know, something like that. Personal recruiting contest. Oh, the results for the personal recruiting contest. I was going to announce that. I was going to talk about personal recruiting, talk about referrals, talk about retention, convention. We're going to slide it to Gio. He's in Cancun. I was going to have him walk around and show everybody the resort. And then we'll come back up here. We'll hand out outstanding performances, talk about take me out to the ball game. Do we have any May birthdays? No May birthdays. You guys have any May birthdays on your teams?
1 second, look at my dashboard.
Let me know about the May birthdays. Google reviews.
Show me some. Let me see.
And anything else? Am I missing anything else?
Nobody in May on last time.
Is there anything else that you want me to go over and just you think we should go?
It's convention week, so just talk about how everyone needs to be there next year.
Yeah. I got that pretty big on here.
One little thing for scheduling. It's Mother's Day
Oh, Mother's Day.
on
Yeah.
May 17th, I believe.
No, it's just Sunday.
Is this the Sunday going on?
This Sunday.
It's May 9th.
Yeah.
May 9th is Mother's Day.
I don't know.
I would mention that.
Yeah, we got a few Google reviews, this past week.
All right, I'm gonna have Edgar pull them up.
Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 that are readable.
Okay. All right.
I can read them. I can do Google
Man,
review.
Nate's are going right. and
Agency
Matt
meeting.
Jennings.
All right, cool.
I can meet Google review guy if you want.
All right, cool. Agency meeting, anything else? Anything else we're doing right now?
So take me out to the ball game.
Yep, I got that on here. Taking you to the ball game.
Most ALP last week gets
Oh,
a
yeah.
ticket, right?
Yes.
You said.
That's right, yeah.
Just so you know, Matt Jennings drove 5920. He's the biggest on our team.
Okay. Nice.
So I don't know if any of those guys wrote more or not.
Austin's probably the closest.
Maybe Austin.
She's probably the closest. But
Okay.
I think you got her.
I think they're right. They're both right at 6K.
Vince, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Who was the top performer on your team last week?
I believe it was Patrick, but it wasn't much. So let me see. I gotta find that out for you here in a minute.
All right, we got Matt Jans at 5,900. Let me know if you have anybody higher than him.
Okay, I got you.
All right, so that's the agency meeting. MGA Huddle, here's a couple things. We're in a new hire month, so last month is over. This is a new month. We have a new training class coming up on when? Monday, coming up on Monday, right? So this week we have to get everybody ready for release. We have to make sure that the new training class is ready for training class, Part Bs and script reviews. Part Bs and script reviews need to get done. I'm gonna skip that. All right. So okay, just two quick announcements from Natalie Linker said to make sure that we're keeping takeaways in our third interviews. She said if you do one of those questioning interviews, like it was just like Rustin did the video where he's like, oh, he just asked, he says, do you have any questions? And he answers their questions. That's what he does, right? She said there's really no takeaways in that, you know? She's like, I wanted to meet with you today. We had a whole bunch of candidates, but you stood out to me, you know, but more or less, I just wanted to get your questions answered, see what questions you guys, you had for me today. Then he answers the questions and then at the end, builds them up and, you know,
So-
maybe like ask them 1 or 2
Will
questions.
be a couple of good quick ones.
Just takeaways, you know, I would base it upon the
How's the
interview.
timing?
Why should we bring you forward?
I'd base it upon the interview, you know, if I felt that they were maybe weak, they wouldn't be able to handle sales or something, I say, just a reminder, you typically are working over the phones. This is gonna be like face to face and on the phones. And you're gonna get told no twice, then you get told yes. You know, can you handle rejection? Can you handle no? We get paid differently. So you want to make sure you understand that. Are you comfortable with that? We work different hours, you know. A lot of our clients work during the day, so we have to meet with them when they're off of work. Does that make sense to you? Are you comfortable with that? So the things that people usually why they would quit or why this is hard for somebody is because it's different, and it's different because we work different hours. We get paid differently. We get told no. We're dealing with rejection. You're a business owner. Write these down. These are
I mean, that's what you're trying to say. How do you deal with the word no?
you're a business owner. You know, those are the biggest things why people, I don't know what else. People aren't used to that. They're not used to rejection. They're not used to getting paid commission. They're not used to working the hours,
1099 is a big thing.
you know, and they're not used to being a business owner. So I would hit all 4 of them at once. Here, I can tell you, there's 4 things. Being a business owner, you know, getting paid differently, working different hours, but get told no all the time. You know,
Taking a state test.
yeah, you got to get your license. Timing, you know, explain to me why timing would work for you.
That's a big one.
What else? What are some good takeaways?
Why you?
Yeah, that's a good one. You know, I've interviewed a lot of candidates, you know, for the position, and, you know, out of everybody that we've met with, why should we bring you aboard and not somebody else?
I want to say, why should we invest our time in you?
Yeah, what do you think you could bring to the table? Something like that. So anyways, keep the takeaways in the 3rd interviews, obviously. I already went over this. So before we go into the schedule, we'll just go into the schedule here and we'll break. Before we do that though, we gotta get higher commitments for the month. So I don't know what Gio's is. I'm gonna put him at least 20.
I think,
Are we counting last week as the first week down, or?
No, last week was the last week of April.
Okay, so this is a whole.
This is the first week of May this week.
And there's 4.
4 weeks in May.
16.
16 hours. It's 4 hours a week, Drew. All right? Talk about getting these in a minute. Casey and my dad together.
Last week I had 2 hours.
Yeah, 2.
You had 2 as well?
This coming week.
Yeah, so what are you gonna get for May? April is over. Today starts May. We got 4 weeks.
Oh, okay.
I just looked up Austin. She's at 67 something.
We'll see if it got sent off.
It's between her and Jan's.
3, 2, 6. 24.
24 for the month. All right.
3 each.
3 each per week for the next 4 weeks.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 12 because he has 16, so that'll put us at 28 total.
What does he have to do with you? I'm wondering. Can you explain that to me?
I mean,
Why if he gets 16, does that mean you get 12? I just want to know. So
it's just that I've been doing a lot more the 3rd, so I was probably gonna be helping with someone.
is he taking from your resources though?
Yeah.
If you got your own resources and you got your own resources, what's holding us back? I don't know what that even means, bro. You make no sense to me.
16. Put it at 16.
You're the RGA.
Yeah, I got you.
Like if I was an RGA, my MGA would not get more hires than
I
that.
knew you were gonna say it, 16
I mean, it wouldn't happen.
Alright.
Or like, what kind of hierarchy is this? Vince, how many hires are you gonna get in May real quick?
26.
26 in May, okay. That's we got 4 weeks.
I keep shooting for the 7 a week, like Natalie said, but I know we are losing on this week, so
All right,
get down to 24 on that level then maybe. I don't know.
all right, man.
Do it, man. I don't think there's a problem with it. Keep me at 26. Let's get it done. Let's see what happens. I'm ready to do that shit.
The only thing, here's you do this, you say, let's see what happens. You do that, if you want, your team's gonna blow up. Let's see what happens. That's what's gonna happen. Your team's gonna blow the F up, man. For real.
7 a week. That's a good number. And it's not that hard to get to at all.
Yeah, for sure.
And then when do you think I can start having Hunsberger participate now that he's got essays? Natalie was asking me if any of my GAs can do third yet, and I said I still got to talk to you about it because they're fresh and Huns didn't have any essays before and everything. She understood that.
I think for you, you can get Reich and Huns involved a little bit here. At least having them sit in with you right
Okay.
now, you know, and then maybe having them do a few by the end of the month.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
So with the schedule, guys, you know, real quick, Monday, right? We know Monday's schedule, it's 8 MGA and then 11 agency meeting, right?
Correct.
All right, and then you guys huddle up with your managers at like, what, 9?
When we're done with this.
9:30
You
usually.
just call it 9, whatever, managers, right? And then you guys are done with that, you know, by let's say 10. And then we usually have from 10 to 11 before the agency meeting. What do you guys usually do with that? Still finish up your manager's huddle pretty much?
I mean, yeah, this usually runs over, so.
And we just a lot of stuff to go over with them.
Just go over your manager's huddle and then there's usually a little bit of break, right?
Yeah,
Between
15 minutes.
between the agency meeting and the manager's huddle,
Yeah.
right? And then we have the agency meeting. And then after that, what do MGAs do after the agency meeting at 12?
Should be the team lunch, right?
Yeah. What do we got going on? I don't really think there's much going on. I mean,
Team lunch.
that's it.
Unless you're running a training class.
Yeah,
Unless I'm running training class or Josh is running training class on Mondays. So no other MGA is doing shit.
Yeah.
You got all afternoon really to do nothing.
What?
You can do whatever you want. So we got from 12 until, you know, 3,
Team.
and then we have a team huddle. And then 4 to 9, gotta be driving the phones like crazy, man.
9 p.m. appointment.
9 p.m. sit with a trainee. That'd be solid. Or a manager could be in a 9 p.m. sit with a trainee. So from 12 to 3 would be like lunch, gym, or
Open
like
workshop sometimes.
yeah, or you could do like what do you call this? Team building or workshop. Training for people that need it. Those would be the 4 things. Right? So if I got 4 Mondays a month, I might want to do one of each. You know? Maybe. Maybe one Monday we'll do a team lunch. One Monday we'll go to the gym, we'll go play basketball, whatever. This Monday we're gonna go downtown and go for a bike ride, you know, or you can combine them, do team lunch, go downtown. And then this, since it's the first Monday of the month, we're gonna train the first Monday of the month. So we could get everybody trained up so we can have a big month, you know? Or you could just say, on my team, we're going to the gym, and then after that, we're going to lunch every Monday. That's it, period. That's what we're doing. You do that. But there's 12 to 3 is pretty wide open, which is pretty cool.
We should be spending it with the team.
Yeah. Should be. When I was an MGA, what did I do?
Meatballs.
Meatballs.
I was pretty adamant about it. Like, I'm like, come on, where are we going, guys? Where are we going to lunch? Wasn't I always like, where are we all going to lunch? I'm like, where are we going? Where are we going? He wants to, right? Or we're all going to work out. Like the one day Gio was like, it's 99 degrees. He's like, let's go play basketball at LA Fitness. I'm like, no, we're going to my backyard. Remember I made everybody play basketball in my backyard when it was 99 degrees? So like, I'm the partner of the agency. I'm a RGA, number one RGA on stage. I have multiple offices, multiple MGAs that I'm running. The whole agency I'm running. Multiple, plus my own little MGA deal over here. It don't really like mean that much, but I'm running it. Top 20 MGA teams in the company, I'm running it over here. And I'm still taking them out and finding time to go to lunch and to play basketball with them. Every Monday and every Thursday. So when you got a small little MGA team, you have no excuses. You know what I mean? So I don't want to tell you guys this is the case. I want to tell you no more. I want to see team culture. Team culture. Team culture. Team. Together, everyone achieves more. Not separately. Not Marissa going over here, Mason going over here, and Casey sitting in his office with Edgar and fucking Rich. That's not team culture. Team culture is everybody together. So that's what we do Mondays. Pretty simple, right? All right. Tuesdays. What should the MGA be doing from 8 until 12?
Either recruiting or in interviews.
We should be running a third interview. Now here's the pushback I get. When do I set the thirds? When should we be setting third interviews?
Monday from 5 to 6.
That's what I use.
Set your thirds.
Over the weekend. We have a couple sessions.
Set your thirds when everybody's on the phones. Sit out there with them while they're booking an appointment. You book a third. Sit in here. Josh sits in here as people make phone calls. You book third interviews. How many third interviews are we really calling on a Monday, guys?
10.
Like, be real with me, okay? I feel like people are like, I got third interviews. I got to call these thirds. I don't know how I'm going to find time to call all these thirds.
Depends when they come.
What are we talking about?
They come different days.
How many thirds do we really got to call? Hours?
So I should probably 10 to 12.
So we got to call. We got to make 10 third interview phone calls.
Yeah, and you're gonna talk to 3 of them.
Yeah, how many's going to answer? 3 of them. How long is this third interview phone call?
3 minutes.
5 minutes. If that.
5 minutes. So there's 15 minutes of talking on the phones.
Yeah.
So phones, right here, that's when we set our thirds, Monday night. It's not that difficult. What else are you guys doing Monday night?
Phone calls.
If you're not setting thirds, then what are you doing?
Making phone calls.
Setting appointments, right? What else? Anything else?
Today PMPs.
Today, just kind of grabbing everyone at some point.
Quick one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Quick one-on-ones once a month. I could see that a little bit. That's it.
So I have no schedule.
Okay, so Tuesday morning, we're gonna be running a third interview, okay? And 8 a.m. Your first or third interview needs to be at 8 a.m. Get them done. We're waiting till 10 a.m. to do third interviews and our whole day's getting pushed back. I wanna get this shit done and over with. Don't you, Case? Or what? Do you like doing them at 9?
No, I mean, it'd be cool in 8, 9, 10, 11, it'd be done.
Dude, wouldn't it be sweet? Josh hit it on the head. It would be awesome. Hit it 8, 9, 10, 11 and be done for the day. No more third interview. Put it behind me. No, I could,
Appointments.
yeah, you could eat, right? Get some
Do a little
food.
break.
Get your DoorDash. Get the DoorDash sent to your office. You know, eat it. And that's another thing. Like Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Like I don't need to be out eating and gallivanting. Like, and I don't feel bad for myself that I had to sit at my desk while I read the report, while I was on the phone call, while I was eating my sandwich. Like, I don't feel bad for myself because I had to do all that and I didn't have time to eat fucking lunch today. Poor me. I had DoorDash the shit in and I had to have Edgar go pick up the tacos. I ate 2 freaking tacos real quick and then 1 p and had to get back into my office because I didn't go. You know what I mean? We can't be feeling bad for ourselves for small stuff like that, especially when we're MGAs. we're trying to make $250,000, there's gonna be like, that's not even a sacrifice, I would call it. But so 8 until 12, boom. We should have an 8, a 9, or an 8, 9, 10, and 11. We should have 4 third interviews scheduled. Now, one of them no shows you, or you have a gap between 10 and 11. What do we do there?
Call your pipeline.
Call thirds. All the thirds that you still need to book, call your thirds. Then after that, call the pipeline. Wednesday morning, 8 until 12. Now, let me ask you, when's the last time you gave 4 interviews on Tuesday morning and 4 interviews on Wednesday morning? Why not? You make your own schedule, don't you? What's the holdup here, Case? Why are you not in your office doing interviews from 8 until noon every morning like I've been telling you guys? If you book your own schedule, and I'm like, I need to book an 8, a 9, a 10, 11. You know what I would do? I'd fucking book them. What's so hard about that? I'd call Sally, I'd put her on for 8. I called Johnny, I'd put him on for 9. I call Chris, I put him on for 10. I call Roger, I'd put him on for 11. Sally, Johnny, Chris, and Roger, I'd knock all 4 of them out. What's the holdup here? I'm trying to find this out. We need to dive in. This is not the time to give me fluff. Tell me what the real fucking problem is so we can get this shit fixed. Why do you not have an 8, 9, 10, 11, 30 interview set tomorrow? What's the issue? Did you not know you need to get hires this week? Like, how come you already don't have your Tuesday morning booked already? You know, what's holding us up is what I want to know. Let's get this shit fixed. Do you want this or no? Do you want to have 4? I don't think you do. I think it's too much work for you and you're like, I don't want to do that. Do you want 4 interviews on Tuesday? Do you want 4 on Wednesday? Then what's the holdup? Let's make it happen. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I found most of the time mine are Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and that's what I've been missing is Tuesday. And if I get the ones on Tuesday, then he gives me those extra 1 or 2 hires, and you end up at 7 or 8 hires instead of 4. You know?
Tuesday needs to be a big hire day. Big hire day. Tuesday.
Yeah, it's just like ALP. We gotta get ahead.
Monday night, those phone calls got to be made.
Yeah.
To book them for Tuesday morning. But also, now here's the point though. None of us are doing this, so that means there's time. That means, like, if you have 8 hours on Tuesday, Wednesday morning, right? 8 hours on Tuesday, Wednesday morning, but we're only doing 5 third interviews. That means there's 3 of them left, and these 5 third interviews should be less than 1 hour.
Yeah.
So there's even more time than 3 hours. With those additional 3 hours, we're filling in, calling the thirds, and calling the pipeline. It's easy shit. And that doesn't take long.
It can take like an hour to 2 hours calling the pipeline.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got 3 hours here for the pipeline. Give another hour or 2 to call thirds. And then the thing is, dude, like you why can't you call some thirds from 12 noon until 9 p.m. if you had 2 third interviews, call them in your
Yeah. As soon as they come in, call them, you're gonna say.
I mean, what the heck? I mean, you're not doing nothing else. It's not like you're up here pounding the phones in the mornings calling RMS. You know what I'm saying?
You're setting thirds. That's me and him been all right with like
Joke.
breaks.
It's trying to get a
right
joke,
on it.
man. We don't gotta do first interviews. You don't gotta run the group. I ran an SGA call on last week, and the president of the company said, hey, we can't drop hires next week, okay? So if your MGAs need to run a group from Cancun, you have them hop on their Zoom, okay? You have them run virtual groups from Cancun. It's only an hour. They could do an hour on Tuesday, an hour on Wednesday, an hour on Thursday. They won't miss nothing in Cancun. That's what the president of the company is saying, right? So 2 things to take from that. They don't give a shit. They want hires no matter what. We need to get hires. Second thing to take from that is the MGAs are running the groups. The MGAs are running the groups live every day. They have to put a suit and tie on and run a group. The MGAs do it. Theo Pappas ain't doing it. When's the last time you seen Simon run a group? They run in the groups.
You have the whole system set up.
And if they run the group, it ain't get even half as good as the group we got. I got an email from Phil Bromagen. Tommy, your group's the best group I've seen. Natalie Linker. Everybody tells me that.
Are we still running Russins for
Mine's running.
yours is back to running?
I'm pretty
Because
sure.
last week I met with somebody and they said it was Mike,
It was.
so I just want you to know.
Okay.
Alright.
All right.
Because I was like, how would you think of everything, Mr. Vino? Okay. Actually, it was Mike. Mike went over all the
So he
information.
switched it on us.
So just so you know.
All right.
Cool.
Cool.
This last week, everyone was telling me though.
Sure.
The past couple of I talked to, it was you.
People been saying it was me, but
Yeah,
they might have mixed in Russ into it.
I think though, they might get confused because when I go to the register page, it's your face. You know,
Yeah,
so I think that might be
maybe.
but that's the first thing I asked them.
I gotta ask
just
Paul.
double check.
I gotta ask Paul about that.
Okay.
For sure.
I mean, I can ask them today too.
But dude, that's all, 3 things. That's all we should be doing in the morning. That's it. That's all we should be doing. And hopefully it's just all thirds. You know, hopefully you got a problem.
Yeah.
Problem should be, I didn't even get a chance to call these ones. I still gotta call my pipeline. And that's gonna trickle into your afternoon a little bit because you were swamped in thirds all morning. That's when you start needing to get help. That's where you gotta get your GAs and stuff involved a little bit more at that point, which is good. It's a good problem to have, right? So boom, boom. Now Thursday, now what are we doing at this point, guys? What are we doing from 12 until 12 o'clock on Tuesday and Wednesday?
I'm sitting down with people. That should be good.
Usually my schedule starts at 1 or 2.
Yeah, 1 to 9,
Usually
and
leaving about an hour
6.
for lunch to eat.
So you're in sets.
Yeah, it should be 6, 3 to 4 a day. minimum.
Sits or calls for sits.
Sits. Okay. What about checking business?
That needs to be.
I usually do it Tuesday evening, like late at night.
Yeah, night.
That's usually when I do it, to look over everything. But I can do that Monday night after calls too.
Can we put it to where, you know, we don't go to lunch until we check the business on Mondays? And then you don't gotta do it no more.
Okay.
Let's put it in your system. You don't got that much business to check.
No.
So we should just say, hey, before we go to lunch, check over our business. And then they'll be like, all right, I wanna go to lunch. So I'm gonna go check my business.
I mean, we can even do that in the manager's meeting.
You could.
Yeah.
Definitely could. You do a managed meeting as well. So I would check the business over here. That's something small. Also to put into this schedule would be Tuesday, Wednesday afternoon, like from 12 until 3. Why don't you guys do gym?
Yeah, this needs to be on my schedule now every day. That's what I'm just not putting it in.
You don't got nothing else to do. Go to the gym. What else you gotta do from 12 until 3? You shouldn't be nothing.
It's appointments.
The only time where you're not gonna be able to do this is if you got training class on one of these days. And I got one of the Tuesdays,
I have Wednesday.
you got a Wednesday, he got a Tuesday,
Vince got a Wednesday.
Vince got a Wednesday. So that's the only day you won't be able to do this. Other than that, you'd be like, man, I normally have to go right out of these thirds, I have to hurry up and eat something, then I have to go up and run training class. Today, Drew got it. So right after this, I'm gonna eat something, I'm gonna go to the gym. Or I'm gonna go to the gym, then I'm gonna do a shake, I'm gonna eat something, then I'm gonna get all my appointments for the rest of the night. I'm gonna hop on appointments with one of my trainees, right? Also, remember, you in presentations by yourself is not helping anybody. It's not helping anybody. So we'd like to get you in front of people with your clients with you. You can work with your agents with you. So Tuesday, Wednesday, exact same thing. No one is gonna even know you're gone. You could be in the office here, do your thirds. You can leave at 12, run to the gym, come back, and no one will even know you left. I swear. I used to do it I swear on everything. I did it at and you could probably guess who this person was. But I left the office, right? I got in my car, I left, and I was like, I'm gonna run to my house, 7 minutes away. I'm gonna do a quick chest workout. I'm gonna get a shake. I'm gonna get right back to the office, right? And as I left, there was some people standing outside, and one guy was out there smoking a cigarette, right? I came back like an hour, 2 hours later, same person, same spot, smoking a cigarette. Believe that? I'm not kidding you. Say I like. So, anyways, you guess who it was?
Jackie.
Jackie? Nope.
Ferrari.
Did you say it? Yeah. They knew who it was. Thursday now. Are we getting everything we need to get done here? What are we missing? Is there anything we needed to get done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday we didn't get done? Check the business, right? In your team meetings, that's when you're going over mods and bulletins, right?
Yes.
So what else do we need to get done on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
It's usually underwriting on Monday and then Thursday is the bulletins. Because they don't come up to Wednesday, or the mods.
All right, so Thursday now, 8 AM leadership.
Mhm.
You guys huddle with them after that?
Yes.
9 AM managers. Then what?
Well, typically,
That's a quick one.
sometimes you have a third, if you're behind, you're only gonna have your third, 9, 10, 11.
Usually have ours at 9 and 11.
So you're saying you have third book here?
That's what I set time aside. for it,
Yeah,
Yes.
so we
Alright.
can.
Yeah, all right, thirds, good, thirds, that's good.
Thirds and calls and pipeline too, and at that point there too. Just as a quick reminder for
Friday's class.
For Friday's class.
Calls, pipeline for Friday's class reminder.
Mhm.
What else?
Thank you, cars. Yeah,
Thank you,
that's
cars,
done at like
paperwork.
11 a.m. now.
Thank yous. And then 12 will be what, team?
And
12 to 3 team.
Yep.
And then boom,
three, same thing.
3 and then 4 team meeting and then phones.
And then once again, I usually
On the
call
phones, what are you doing on the phones, FGAs?
4 to 5. I usually call for
Look up Friday morning
Thirds.
real quick, thirds, make sure Fridays are broken. You wanna have at least 4.
So we're setting thirds.
set thirds, calling personals for group.
Now Friday, guys, Friday is a day where if you need to do thirds all day, you do thirds all day Friday.
Okay.
Friday's a good day where you can do all thirds all day.
I was in thirds till almost 2 o'clock on last Friday.
Yeah, Friday, this typically what should happen, you should need to just run a longer third day, because you just have a bunch from the week that build up. But keep in mind, 8 until noon is still gonna be the same 3 things. Running thirds, calling thirds, or calling the pipeline, so you're still doing that this morning, And then the way this is gonna work though, is you gotta have your GAs doing the GA stuff. Because if you go into that office and you're bogging down with the thirds, there's not much time for you to do the other stuff. See, we put this on the schedule, but then Friday morning will come around, and what happens on Friday? What are the things that are pulling you guys away from those 3 things? What's pulling you away from doing thirds, setting thirds, or calling a pipeline? Like what do you find yourself doing on a Friday morning that will pull you away from that?
The only thing is making sure the agents are up and going.
Yeah.
It's really like calling them, like, come on, fuck, I see 0 calls. What are you doing?
Yeah. So wouldn't that be the GA?
That's what it should be, yeah.
Yeah. The GA needs to be commanding
The phone room.
The phone
From
room.
8 to 10.
Yeah, making sure that everybody's doing what they need to be doing. They need the field general, making sure that that's happening. And they got your back, you got their back. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the hires, or the team's not going to grow. So you're going to be handling all that. So it's got to be like the MGA got to be like 80% recruiting, 20% on the training. The GA got to be like 50, 50, and then the SA got to be like 80, 20. The other way. You know what I'm saying? The SA got to be majority just all recruiting or all training, ALP training, and a little bit of focus on recruiting, personal recruiting, setting some first interviews, like that. But mostly just training. The GA got to be still focusing on training, But now we're trying to get them helping out with the recruiting more. But I would probably say a newer GA would be more just recruiting, more training, less recruiting. And then right before they're about to be an MGA, they're like more 50-50.
Maybe like 70-30 or just, they can both be 80-20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If the MGA is doing a really good job with the recruiting, then they just focus on that training because that's what they need. It's what we need. It's what the team needs.
Development.
But it never can be 100% either way, though. Remember that.
Okay.
You never want to be an MGA doing 100% of the recruiting and not have no idea what's going on with the training. You know, some MGAs get into that zone and then they leave it all to the GA, and then something happens and they don't have any relationships with the people. They don't know what's going on, or they don't even know what kind of presentations happening in their agency. So that, and then the same thing with the GA. You know, you never want the GA to be 100% training and say, I never got to worry about recruiting. My MGA takes care of it.
And they're always gonna rely on
You're going to be a GA forever then, you know? So anyways, that's kind of how it went. But Friday as an MGA it's still got to be the top 3 from 8 until noon. And after noon on Friday,
more.
you got to fill out the more report. That's right. So that should be in your schedule. You know, like what's 4:30 is noon? You do it at 12.
Whenever
We're
we're
saying
done,
no,
whenever we're done with my thirds is when
I
usually
always
go
have
down.
4 p.m. as the more report time for me, just because I was always doing thirds a little bit later on Fridays.
We just have in our schedule, whenever you're done with the thirds, finish the more report.
Yeah.
And
But-
release and everything, small report.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to say that is one thing. So but if I said whenever you're done, just do that, I might not do it. So I put like, hey, it's due by this date, this time, just alarms going off. If you forgot about it, here's your final reminder type of thing, you know? So I'll put a reminder at 4 p.m. or.
Jackie has them all already set. They come in your email.
Well, they're in our, she puts them in our Zoom meeting,
Yeah.
in our Zoom account, so it pops up in my Zoom and my
That's because
email.
your Zoom's linked to your email.
Well, either way.
Yeah.
They're both in there.
So that's good, right? It's nice.
It's great.
Great. So on Friday, that's all going on. Now, one thing I want to add in here is advance
Yeah, on Thursdays.
and bonus. That comes out Thursday, right?
Yes.
So we definitely shouldn't wait until Friday to look at the advance reports and bonus reports.
Usually right after our meeting when we're with the managers is when I print them out and all right, here's what we got. It fell off, quick fix.
Yes. So what I'd like to do is I'd like that to be done before this 8 a.m. managers meeting.
Yeah, you put 7 a.m. in the group.
Come up here, 7:30, just put 7:30, ask Brody what he'd be doing. He just made $700,000 last year. I'm just giving you the recipe. It's not because I like to see you guys here at 7 o'clock but it's because it's the way the world's turning. It happened to be that when Wednesday's over, Thursday begins. And when that happens, the company gives us advance reports and bonus reports, right?
Correct.
And we have a meeting that morning at 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. with our managers. So the best time to get those reports in our hands and in our heads and get a little formulated game plan, at least know what we're looking at, is before that, not after that. So, I would say Thursday morning at 7 a.m. would be the best time to do that. If you ask Brady, that's where he's at. He's at the office 7 a.m. on Thursday morning. And he probably already worked out that morning as well. So, and I don't see us driving around, Johnstown till, 2 o'clock at night on Wednesday night anymore, So I don't think it's that crazy for us to be, and we work all week for one thing, a paycheck. And then when that paycheck come out, we don't even look at it. Right? We work all week for this paycheck. I have people who email me saying they didn't get bonuses in March. I'm like, this is May. You didn't get a bonus in March, and you realize it's in May. It doesn't look good for me if I try and go back to home office. say, hey, my guy didn't get a bonus in March. Like, Tommy, do you even look at your reports? How do you find this out now? You know, if you're missing, if you don't look at that, I can't imagine what other reports that you're looking at and missing. So, and I don't know, but let's just stay there for now. 7 a.m. Can you guys do that?
Yep.
Try it out. Let me know if it's messing your whole world up, and we'll figure a different thing out for it. Okay, but it's probably gonna make your world a lot better. So do that. Other than that, I don't see anything on the MGA schedule. What else are we doing? Like Gio said, he don't have a lot of time to do all the stuff he needs to do. What is Gio doing that's taking him so much time in here?
Sign school with his schedule, so like run through his schedule.
I asked him to send me a copy of his schedule. He says he needs help with his schedule, and I tell him to send me a copy of the schedule. Still waiting for it. Just like people say, I need help with this retention. I sent these 2 applications up for reopens, and I don't know what's going on with them. Tommy, can you help me? I said, send me an email. I'll send it right up to the head of the entire company for you. A week goes by, I still never get the email. Like, how am I supposed to help with that? So
It's possible.
you gotta let me know. I mean, I actually talked to that person again. I said, hey, you get to send me that email. Like, I'm chasing them around for it. I mean, it don't look good when we go to home office asking for stuff like too late on that. I'm gonna erase this and
Saturday, he's got Saturdays, his appointments.
Saturdays and Sundays, man, as an MGA. Sundays is the game planning day for the week. So that's when you plan out your team meeting. Like this, when you plan out your team meetings. Like, where do you think all this shit comes from every week? You know what I mean? Whole agency meeting planned out. Every time I got a meeting, I plan them out here, and I leave a little bit of gap for the agency meeting in case you guys have some stuff to add to it. You know,
We leave gaps for what you tell us in this meeting, we try to get it to the team.
yes. So Sunday, plan your stuff out. And like Josh said, leave a gap in your stuff to say,
Here's what we went over
yeah.
in the MGA.
So you should have planned out a leadership huddle and a team huddle for Monday. Sunday, you do that. Saturday morning, pump up call. That's just the whole,
7:45.
that's the basics from day one, basically. You know, instead of us having to do donut picks and all that, you know, this is a lot easier.
You can go with them Saturday, every Saturday.
Good. Yeah, every Saturday, just run them, man. Just always run, no matter what. Even if you're on vacation, if you're in Cancun, like no matter where you're at, you can run them from anywhere, you know? Cause you got a team of people. There could be one person on a team that needs it, and they need to see the consistency. So we got our hired commits, we got the hired commits for the week or for the month. ALP, we gotta get a quick little game plan for the ALP and we'll get out of here. So, are you guys are gonna report together this month in May or separate?
I'll do one fun.
We should separate it up, man.
It's me, yeah, I got 4 people, but yeah. Cool.
We just reported it this week together because we just didn't know.
Yeah, well, that was the last one, yeah.
Well, actually, our contract went through last week
Yeah, it's crazy.
in 2 days.
The 1 week I'm gonna get a bonus off of him, they put the contract in, I don't.
Yeah.
Cause you don't get it off your MGA. You don't get a personal bonus.
Oh, off his ALP.
Yeah.
I missed bonus off of J1 and broke it.
Yeah,
It's all right.
it's all right.
It's 1 week. We're okay.
So what are we gonna do with the rest of the month with the ALP?
Right to business.
Right? What's your commits this week then? What are you guys gonna commit this 10? 10?
Me and my people 10.
15 for us.
All right. All right, Vince is off the call. I'll get his. Text these guys right now. And we'll get out of here. All right, guys. Let's see here. Quality workshop is in your
Great videos for Cohen. Good, I got a video we can watch on quality from Mike Laramie. Speaking of him,
Great.
27-minute video. I'll send it to you guys.
He should have been a movie star.
Who?
Mike Laramie.
Why? Mike Lowry, Laramie. Do you want me to just scan this over? Time? Or just find this out?
No, we have the,
Yeah, I'll find it. I just got your emails. It's not gonna be hard. Just-
Moving this
you
week?
send it.
Is it gonna happen?
yeah, it's gonna happen.
Which day? Today, tomorrow?
Hopefully tomorrow.
Let us know if you need help.
I will definitely.
Let us know. Just let us know if we'll put our own schedules.
Yeah, I'll let you know.